Hi, I'm Ned Files from High Tide Boating. Today I'm going to be sharing with you an introduction to anchoring. We're on a Steber 43 flybridge cruiser supplied to us from Aussie Princess Boat Charters on yet another beautiful day in Port Phillip Bay. So let's get underway. So things to consider before anchoring include the depth of the water, both its shape and contour, the direction and strength of the current, whether you're in a shipping area, the approaches into and obstacles around your intended anchoring spot. Good idea if you're going to an unfamiliar area, get some local knowledge first. Ask people who've been there before, what were their experiences. We've reached our desired anchoring location. We bring the boat to a complete rest. We know from our local knowledge that this is a sandy bottom and the depth sounder is telling us that we're in 3 metres of water. Now that you've brought the boat to a complete stop, wait a minute or two. Feel how the conditions are affecting your vessel. If the wind is the strongest influence, you want to put your bow into the breeze. If the current is the strongest influence, you want to be bow to the current. Now, our deckhand on the foredeck today, Simon, his roles on the foredeck will be to first remove the lanyard from the anchor, which secures it to a strong point on the bow, allowing it to be then operated by the winch. He will then monitor the rode or the chain being paid out and make sure that there is no fouling of the chain in the anchor locker as it goes through the winch. Your foredeckman is your eyes and ears, but always remember, it is your responsibility as a skipper to make sure that anchoring is done correctly. When working out how much chain to pay out, a rule of thumb is 3 times the depth to set the anchor and then 5 times the depth to stay. This rule of thumb applies to depths of between 3 to 7 metres. In depths greater than 7 metres, you will need to pay out at least 7 times the depth. The next step is to arm the anchor counter, and then we're going to start moving the boat backwards. Now we're going to gently bring the boat into reverse. We're going to come back at a pace of about 2 to 3 knots. No need to go back too quick. As the boat is now moving astern, we're going to start paying out the anchor. Now we have beneath us about 2.5 to 3 metres. We'll round it off to 3 metres. So we need to pay out as we're moving back gently. Initially 9, let's round it off to 10. Okay, now that we've got our 3 times the depth out, we're just going to put the boat in idle astern, let it come back a bit to take up that anchor, to get that anchor to bite in a little bit harder. We can feel that the boat has come to a complete stop, and we now know that the anchor is fast in the bottom. All right, now that the anchor is fast, what I'm going to do is pay out that extra 2 times the depth to, of course, equal 5 times the depth to stay for an extended period. Now that the anchor is fast and the boat has come to a complete rest, we're going to take some points of reference. Firstly off the GPS, and more importantly, off our surrounding environment. Should those points of reference change, it tells us one of 2 things. We're either swinging on the anchor or the anchor itself has shifted. Now we've still got the engines on, but as the skipper, it is your role to go and inspect the safe set of that anchor. The final and most important point of anchoring is your swinging room. This means you need a full 360 degrees of arc of swing from the position that your anchor is in to the stern of your vessel. Should the prevailing conditions change, this means you will not be blown onto a shore or into a shipping channel. Now that the anchor is set, we can turn the engines off and enjoy our time out here on the water. I'm Ned Files, and this has been our introduction to anchoring.